Terry told me the market is completely being flooded with books at the moment. So there's really no point in publishing one more book on Amazon, right? Well, not exactly. And that is why we are going to discuss today, should you self-publish your book in 2022? This is Chris Baird from self-publishingmadeeasynow.com, where self-publishing doesn't have to be so hard. So the thing is that Terry was somebody I was in communication with, was a client about 2-3 years ago on Facebook, and from time to time we would maintain contact. The thing, she's an author. She's put out a couple of books on Amazon and saw a relative amount of success, but due to life complications, and we know how these things can go, things started getting busy, and now we are a few years in the future, and she's wanting to know, is self-publishing still something that's worth it in 2022? She's a little bit afraid of putting all of this time and effort to get one more book onto the market if it's simply not going to sell, and she knew that the market itself was completely oversaturated. The thing is that she heard from one of her friends that her friend was making decent sales on Amazon, and she started thinking that maybe what she had heard about Amazon wasn't completely true regarding it being oversaturated. Even if thousands of books are being published every second, I don't think it's like that much, but this same sort of an idea. And so, but the problem is she also didn't want to lose out if the issue of it could working out, and then she didn't put the book on the market, and that would also create a secondary problem. And she was afraid that she would end up wasting more time. So the thing is, the first thing she did was she Googled around just to see what exactly it looks like regarding the number of books that are being put onto Amazon. And she found that there are an enormous number of books. So this was exactly as she had suspected, which is that the number of books that are being published on a daily basis continue to rise higher and higher. The number of people jumping into the self-publishing game is so massive, which also makes you not want to be left behind, as so many people are doing that. The other thing is she looked at the challenges regarding getting reviews on her books, because she had seen that Amazon had been a lot stricter with regards to the review process than they had a few years ago, where you could ask people to review and it wouldn't be any really problems. But now there was a lot of strictness. Accounts were being shut down if they were getting reviews from the wrong sources. Review swapping would get you in trouble. All sorts of things that were causing reviews to be removed with their artificial intelligence software and things on Amazon. In addition, the issue of formatting was always a little bit of a pain, and trying to find the right people, that was another issue that she had been facing and trying to figure out, but didn't know what to do. So the thing is that she contacted me on Facebook and asked me directly, is it worth actually going about and publishing now that we're in 2022? And the thing is, it is exactly right that there are tons and tons of books that are currently being published on Amazon at the moment. But at the same time, the size of the global market is so unbelievably massive that the number of people who are coming on also to read these books is continuing to grow, and the number of cell phones that people have in many countries like India and China and other places, where it's possible for these people to buy your books and to read them right from their phones at a reasonable price. And at the same time, wealth across different nations is growing as well, which gives you new markets and people who are going to order your paperback versions or your audiobook versions, with new deals in terms of where they can sign up for a membership on Audible and be able to listen to your book. So the channels for which we can make sales is so massive. It's fantastic. And the thing is, she was trying to figure out what exactly she should do. And one of the other things is that the tools that are available today are better than ever than when she was working a few years ago, where it was more difficult to figure out which keywords and niches would be very profitable. That is ones where there's a ton of people buying books, but very few books in those niches, which is one of the key strategies here. And so this was another thing that had changed since she previously had done it. And then finally, you had the number of courses that are available. I offer even just like a formatting course, helping dealing with that, content marketing, these sorts of things, in order to move forward your business and get your books onto the market. So when it's confusing, we can simply break it down and keep it easy on that particular thing. And that's one of the reasons I told her she should just grab a copy of my free self-publishing secrets checklist. You can also grab a copy here below in the description. And so ultimately, Terry decided to take the plunge and to start on her newest book. And what happened was she did end up following the steps that was necessary in the flow in order to get this book onto the market, right? And so she was able to do it a lot faster because of a lot of the tools I was mentioning. Like one of the tools I like is Jutoh, for example, when it comes to formatting. Before, she had gone the Word route, put it out there, and was getting negative reviews on some of the formatting that she had had in the past. And the thing is, she sees her sales on this latest book, they're steadily going up because she is implementing a lot of the strategies that I teach on this channel. So that's one of the things, and that in 2022, it is in fact a fantastic time to go about getting your book on the market. But you want to make sure that you're not making the mistakes that so many self-publishers do. And that's the reason you're going to want to check out Self-Publishing Mistakes to Avoid right up above me here. Thanks.